Welcome back, everyone. This is Betska, the Guru Coach, together with Raj Vashisht and our delightful guest, Milijanka Bajzelj, who gives sound hugs. Don't you like that? Sound hugs. I
Yes.
just love it. And during the pause, Raj was telling us a story about an article he read of a woman who had a disease, maybe it was cancer or something, I don't know, and how she healed it through sound. So that just gives you, I mean, sound is so powerful. I mean, I can sit outside on our deck and listen to the birds and just feel so amazing after
Yes.
that,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
or listen to the wind in the forest, or, sound is very special. Millie, can I ask you about your two little girls? And how do you teach them about sound and the value of teaching children sound?
Well, the best way is to not teach. Just play.
Ah, wow.
I just play, I just do what I love to do. And while they see me doing it, they learn. They have their own set of instruments. And whenever they feel like they have a day, like musical day, and they just enjoy and knock themselves off, creating different kind of sounds. Especially the little one really likes to imitate myself, and like then they both recreate like some sound therapies or something on me or my husband. So there are days that they really like interpretate that role, and there are many times that they just say, "Mommy, will you play some music for us for bedtime
Oh,
instead of a bedtime story? Can you just, play some
mm,
sounds for
mm.
us?" So yes, not I don't try to teach them, but
Okay.
just
Yeah.
let them see and observe and take anything that they feel good for them to be there.
So, what's the benefit of introducing children to this kind of sound music so early in their lives? Like, uh,
Oh,
I'll give you an
it's
example with our.
powerful.
It's powerful, yeah. Our grandson, he's just over a year old and he can't speak yet, well, few words. And whenever we gave him these books, musical books, and when I want to read him a story, he doesn't want the ordinary books. He wants the music books. And he's dancing, like he just children love music, right? So what have you any idea, Millie, what it does to a child's brain or their
Well, from
self
my
with music?
experience, what I can say, what was surprising for me, when I was posting some of my videos, like on Facebook, once one mother called me. She has a son that's the same age as my older one, like he's now also 8 years old. And she called me and she said that one of those videos, when her son heard that, he said, "Mommy, stop, give that back once again, and let that be while I'm doing my math homework. That really helps me calm down and focus." And I was like, "Really?" And she said, "Yes, like he wants to listen to that music, that particular one, while he's doing his homework because it's really
Wow.
hard for him, and it
Yeah.
really helps him to focus." And then she said, "And there's another one, like that he read many times, asked me to let him listen before he goes to bed so he can release the stress from the whole day." This boy like really trains a lot of many sports, and he's really active through the
Mm,
day,
mm-hmm.
but
Yes, yes.
at in the evening he needs to relax, but it's hard for him to relax and go to sleep peacefully, and she found that that really helps him. So yes, I would say this kind of music does affect brain and gives you some reset, gives you some release, gives you some peace, and
Yeah.
helps you focus on something at that certain moment.
Yes. I would agree. It would be just like with Einstein, he was opening up his right hemisphere, right? So he could connect to his subconscious and then his superconscious. So and the young man with the math, that would have, if he might be incredibly creative, so more right brain dominant, it would be opening up the channels in his left hemisphere so he can do math. So wow, there's so much to talk about, Millie.
I know.
This is
And
so
so much to
fascinating.
learn.
Yes, exactly. So, um, let's say, let's say someone has an obstacle, or they want to make a certain change, but they're not aware of the obstacle. So, in your teaching, you say that thoughts, emotions, words, actions, and patterns are something to consider. So, how does that work?
Well, we're the beings of habits. So that makes our daily living easier.
Yeah.
And the issue occurs when that habit isn't supporting us. So why is the change so difficult? Simply because habits gives us a sense of control, of knowing what will happen, no matter
Yeah.
if that's good or bad to us. Our mind is fine with that as long as it's controllable. Change is something that our mind is scared of and it tries to avoid. So actually,
Yeah.
if we want to make that difference, we need to include awareness. So that's the first thing, we first get some thought of something. And based on our previous experience of it, we attach emotion to it. And that emotion then drives our words and our actions. And with countless repetitions, we create some certain belief about something, and that becomes a pattern. And then we start doing something without even thinking,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
we are not aware of that whole process that is happening at the back, in the back scene. So once we decide to be aware, it's like, okay, so why did I do this like this way? That's the first question,
Mm-hmm.
because I felt that way. Okay, so where did I get that feeling from? Where did that come up? Okay, that feeling is attached to this thought. This thought caused this feeling. And then you go deeper. Okay, so where did I get that thought from? So from an experience, I don't know, because this was how it was going on when I was little, or this is how my parents did something, in particular. And this is now the key question. Okay, but does this still apply here and now? That thought, that emotion. Is this still applicable on my situation here and now? Does this way of behavior support my goals? And usually the answer is no. And so, okay, now what? Well, and then you just ask, what would it be better? What way would it be better, to act
Yeah.
on something?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is like a whole process. And I do that process with my clients on my coaching sessions because they're not used to have this kind of self-talk. So we try to create like new patterns and to measure them, to improve them, finding that blind spot that they have, because that happens in your mindset. And it can be firstly challenging because it works on its own way. And you need to stop it, and learn the new drill. And once you
Yeah.
have that knowledge, you can use it on whatever situation you want.
So do you use sound in those coaching sessions or not?
It depends on the client,
Ah.
how much is open and willing. But usually, if not at the start, by the end of,
No.
I would say, some
Yeah.
coaching package, so to say, they
Yeah.
all see the benefit
Yeah.
because they also get to know me, who I am as a whole package.
Yeah.
That I'm
Yeah.
not just the mindset, coach, but I
Mm-hmm.
try to support also the energy level. And then they're usually curious how that goes. And when I open that world to them, then they say, oh, wow, I didn't know that about myself. They
Yeah.
didn't know that that level exists and how powerful it is, and how through that state of, I don't know, meditation or sound hack process, they can learn so much about themselves. That was like today's experience. I had this really beautiful young lady who's a bit reserved to that experience, but she said, okay, I trust you enough to let you do it. So I said, I'll go easy on you. I'll go easy. If you feel uncomfortable, just let me know. I'll stop in every moment. And she did the whole process. And then she said at the end, I learned so much about me, and I couldn't believe how at one point when I played that crystal ball and I sang one particular song that is really deeply also connected to her, and I didn't know that. No, that was
Mm.
when you say it's guided. She said how she started feeling, all the tip
Energies.
through
Yeah.
the left hand and onto her heart, and she was like, okay, I actually felt how God-given inner energy is coming through my left hand, the receiver hand, into my heart. And
Wow.
she was like, okay, I did not expect that. And I said, thank you for letting yourself,
Yeah.
experience it.
Hmm.
So yes.
Exactly. And so maybe one of the takeaways for me, excuse me, from this discussion is how important it is for us to observe ourselves.
Definitely.
Observe like that woman, what is happening to the body, what is happening in our mind, and what's happening in the energy around us. Some people are highly sensitive people, and they can feel energies everywhere. They can feel the difference between this bird and that bird. Which bird is more enlightened than the other bird? You know what I mean? I mean, people can sense that, and then others are totally blocked. And so it's I think it's lovely to be able to open ourselves up to really understanding our mind, body, and spirit. I want to play something for you. I just realized I've got this in my office.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it a good one?
Oh,
But this is now again the situation when the sound doesn't transmit.
Yeah. Can you hear it? Can
But
you hear anything?
I know how it sounds.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's still ringing, right? I stole it from my husband's office. It was in his office, and so then I went and I took it, and I thought, I like this. I'm going to play it from time to time because it makes me happy. Yeah?
Yes.
It makes me happy. So, Millie, I think you are an absolute delight. Thank you for being on our show. And I want to invite everyone to visit her Facebook page. It's, we're going to advertise it, of course, on our video, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, of course, and her website, divineqiflow.com. So God bless you. Keep doing your wonderful work, Millie. And we'd love to have you back again. Thank you.
We love to. Thank you.